I want to make sure I'm crystal clear when I say this. If any patient takes advantage of any of my employees or mistreats any of them, I will terminate them so fast it will make their head spin. Hey guys, welcome back to the DrCliffAuD vlog. This is vlog number 181, and today I want to talk to you guys about patient termination. And what I mean by that is a patient who comes into my clinic, receives services from us, but ultimately we decide that they are not the right fit for our clinic and we terminate them so they do not come back to our particular clinic. Now, before I get into the topic of today's video, if you could do me a huge favor, click that like button, really helps support the channel. And if you're not yet subscribed to the channel with notifications turned on, go ahead and do that as well. It is greatly appreciated. With that out of the way, the reason that I am actually talking about this today. So as you know, I've posted on getting negative reviews on Google before. Now, to be honest with you, we are not perfect. Nobody's perfect. Sometimes there are misunderstandings inside of my clinic, and when we identify that those misunderstandings are our fault, we are more than happy to apologize in person, virtually, all of the above, and make whatever the problem is right again, okay? So that is kind of the standard that we try to uphold inside of our clinic. So we know that we're never gonna be perfect with every single thing. There's gonna be little missteps, miscues here and there. That is definitely the exception, not the rule. But recently, I had a complaint come through the Better Business Bureau. Now, if you guys have been watching my vlog for a while now, you know that I do not like the Better Business Bureau. I think it is a scam company. Maybe I shouldn't say that. I just don't like Better Business Bureau because it is a pay-to-play thing. We are not accredited at Applied Hearing Solutions, and the reason is because we just don't pay them to say that we're accredited. Now, we do have an A+ rating through Better Business Bureau, and over the course of the past 6 years, we have never received a complaint until now. So we finally had our first complaint come through the BBB, and how it works is someone goes onto BBB, they submit the complaint there, the Better Business Bureau contacts us directly and says, hey, here's the complaint that we received about you, would you like to respond to it? And so just right off the bat, being a healthcare organization, we have to comply with HIPAA, all right? So we basically have to take privacy into account anytime that someone were to either leave a review on our website or on Google or through the Better Business Bureau. And we cannot necessarily respond with what the actual situation was, or at least our side of the situation, because potentially we could get in trouble federally through HIPAA and then pay tens of thousands of dollars in fines. So we technically cannot directly respond publicly to any of these complaints. But that being said, this particular complaint is not public yet. If this individual wants to make it public, then by all means. But I'm actually going to read the complaint, but I'm not going to respond to this particular person in this particular complaint. I will explain certain generalities about our clinic, but at the end of the day, I just want you guys to kind of understand the perspective that both myself and other clinic owners go through with people who we may deem to be unreasonable individuals and not good patients for our clinic. So I do understand that this is going to rub some people the wrong way. I don't really apologize for that, because if you're watching my channel, chances are you're a grown-up and you understand that people have differences of opinions on different things. You may side with me on this, you may side with the other person. It is totally okay whoever you decide you want to side with. But for me, I feel like I always like to air my own dirty laundry, and you guys can judge me for it, and I'm okay with that. So let me go ahead and go in to the actual complaint that was submitted. So this came over from the Better Business Bureau. I'm not going to share the name of the individual. The details of this matter are as follows. Complaint involves repair issues. Customer's statement of the problem. I purchased a hearing aid from this business in 2020. The device came with a 1-year service plan, a repair warranty, and a loss and damage warranty. These are itemized on my receipt. The repair warranty and loss and damage warranty are still in effect and expires on 12/30 of 2023. The service plan expired on 2/25/2021, and I paid $422.86. $422.86 for that alone, aside from the $2,345 for the aid itself. I contacted the business recently because the wire that attaches the aid to the dome came loose and it was distorting the sound of the aid and was preventing the aid from staying in place behind my ear. I contacted the business via email because the portal was no longer working. I should mention that between these two events, there was one previous time I went in to have the aid looked at, and it was done by someone they had hired after my aid was fitted. This person and I had a disagreement about a charge, and the owner, Cliff Olson, had complained to me about it. This worker had only cleaned the device and told me that no repair was needed, but then wanted to charge me for his cleaning when he did not ask me first. I then got a letter from them dismissing me from the practice. I emailed them about it then, appalled. I had no reason to contact them after this and dismissed the incident as a petty nuisance. However, when I contacted them about this repair that was needed, the owner's wife engaged with me in an email exchange where she told me that they would no longer service the warranty due to ongoing billing issues with me, which has never been true. My bills other than that cleaning were paid in full, both insurance and private pay. I wrote back to her that I was angry at being mistreated and at her attempt to slander my reputation as a customer so she wouldn't have to service the warranty they committed to servicing. I'm going to go on now to explain the desired settlement from this individual. So, the repair needed to happen immediately, so I had it serviced somewhere else and had to pay a charge, but I am complaining about this misleading warranty service. Their extremely poor customer service and apparent feeling that they are entitled to belittle a customer at whim. I do not want to do business with them anymore, but the owner puts himself forth to the public as a high-profile authority on good service among audiologists, which is crap in my opinion, especially after this. Other customers should be aware this business is not that ethical. They have done nothing to try to rectify their mistreatment, no apology or offer or better service. The owner puts himself out to the public as an authority on best practices for audiologists so consumers can evaluate their caregivers. This treatment was uncalled for and demands to be addressed. It is unethical for any healthcare practitioner to not honor a contractual warranty they sold along with the aid and then to mistreat a customer over a petty dispute. I want other consumers warned that this man is not as professional as he puts himself forth to be. Okay, so there you go. Like I said, I am not going to directly respond to this complaint that I just read off. There is potential that if this actually does get posted on the Better Business Bureau, that I will be reaching out to my lawyer. And I know you're thinking like, Cliff, you're not one of those people, are you, that always reaches out to a lawyer anytime someone rubs you the wrong way? And I'm not really that kind of person. But over the course of the past several years, me being in the position that I'm in, publicly, out there on the internet, people have attacked me numerous times, and the only way to try to dissuade this from actually happening is to have a lawyer reach out and potentially threaten to file charges against them for slander or essentially defamation in a way. So if this does go public, chances are I will be reaching out to my lawyer to respond directly to this person through legal means. Because here's the thing, like I said, I do not want to get involved in a HIPAA dispute with this. Now, there are a couple of things that I would like to say just as generalities, not directly addressing this. First and foremost, my wife, Ashley, is my business partner as well. So it's not like I am the sole owner of the clinic. It is me and my wife who own the clinic. So technically speaking, we're both owners. The other thing that I would like to say, just from a hearing aid perspective globally, is that the warranty that comes with hearing aids is a contract between the patient and the manufacturer for the warranty. Now, if there's other service plans involved, like we have a service plan inside of our clinic, you pay the clinic. And so if you pay us to be on a service plan, we will not refuse to honor that particular service plan with you. But the warranty can literally be taken to anywhere that is a particular account under whatever the manufacturer is. So, whether it's Phonak, Resound, Starkey, Unitron, Widex, it doesn't matter. Like, all of them have warranties on their devices, and that is a contract between the patient and the manufacturer. There is no responsibility of the clinic that you purchase the devices from to honor that warranty. Now, there are certain services that are typically required to actually send in a warranty device, but here's the thing. We have a very clear mission inside of our clinic, and that is to be exceptional from a hearing treatment standpoint and exceptional from a patient experience standpoint. But we draw the line when people come into our clinic and mistreat us deliberately. Now, I get sometimes that some people are having a bad day, and I totally get that. And everybody deserves to have a pass at least once, all right? So if someone comes in and they're disputing certain things that we did or did not do, or they felt like they were mistreated, right? Like, that's okay. Even if we're in the wrong, sometimes we'll be like, you know what? We apologize for that. Let us give you a refund or whatever. What would make you happy? Let's do that. But when it happens multiple times, or when someone deliberately mistreats or lies inside of our clinic to us or to me about one of my providers, I will terminate them as fast as I possibly can. And I hate doing it. It's only happened a handful of times because most of the people who come into our clinic are extremely kind. They are extremely understanding if a mistake is ever made inside of the clinic. There are just a few of these people who are completely unreasonable. And, you know, when I was in grad school, I'm going to go a little bit deeper here. So when I was in grad school at University of Illinois back in 2012 to 2016, I read a book called The Pumpkin Plan by Mike Michalowicz, and it is probably my favorite book that I have ever read. And the whole concept of that book is that if you have if you're a pumpkin farmer and you're trying to grow a massive pumpkin to win an award, what you have to do is you have to identify the pumpkin on the vine that has the most promise, and then you get rid of all of the other little pumpkins that are taking energy away from the big pumpkin, all right? And the whole concept from a business standpoint is that you want to have your business or your clinic or the people that you serve to be these big, massive pumpkins. And in order to nurture that type of pumpkin that you want, you have to get rid of the other pumpkins that are doing nothing to benefit the people that you're actually trying to serve. So here's the thing. As I relate it to our clinic, we are trying to attract these big pumpkins. And what I mean by that is I want the type of patient that we want to work with because they're very fun to work with. They like us. They know that we're in the right place, that we're coming from the right place in terms of what we're trying to do for their overall hearing care. And anytime that we get a particular type of patient in that just makes our lives miserable because of the way that they act and their misbehavior inside of the clinic, they do not deserve our attention because it takes away from our 99.9% of awesome patients that we get to work with every single day. And I'm not going to apologize for it. I mean, it sucks, but if you want to be treated well in this world, you have to treat other people well. And if you don't treat other people well, you cannot expect that reciprocated. Now, I do understand that some people are literally completely unaware of how they behave towards other people, and that's just unfortunate. At some point, someone has to call them out, and if they're still too unself-aware or non-self-aware to realize that, you know what, I've been terminated from multiple clinics at this point. I wonder if it's me and not the clinic, right? So, you know, the funny thing is that I had other hearing care professionals, other clinic owners, we have public forums on Facebook, and someone had made the comment of like, a patient got upset when we serviced their hearing aids when they went up to the front desk and they were told that they had like a copay, I don't know, $20, $50, $60, I don't know, that they had a copay that their insurance requires. They got so upset that they took a toothpick out of their mouth that they were chewing on and flicked it at the front office person who was attempting to collect the copay that was mandated by the insurance company. So, as you can imagine, that patient was terminated. No freaking kidding, right? Like, you don't get a pass by allegedly assaulting somebody with something that you took out of your mouth and you threw at them, right? Another case that came up was someone had made a racial slur at one of the front office people after their appointment inside of an audiology clinic. Well, guess what? Terminated. No questions asked. You make a racial slur against someone in a clinic, don't be surprised if you get kicked out of that clinic, right? Now, I don't want to get into anything political here. This is just good behavior versus bad behavior, and you can tell that I'm pretty fired up about this. So here's the thing. We will continue to get some negative reviews online. If I am in business long enough, Lord willing, I will have more Better Business Bureau complaints come my way, and more of them that I will not be able to respond to because of concern over privacy. I literally cannot go in and say anything that would potentially get me into legal trouble, but what I can do is reach out to my lawyer to see if they can help rectify the situation and prevent any kind of slanderous or libel or anything like that that defames my good name and my clinic's good name. So that is pretty much all I wanted to talk about today. I do understand that this was probably interesting and this probably got some people riled up. There's probably going to be some positive and negative comments in the comment section. Please let me have it. You know that I like to read both the good and the bad. But I'm going to follow this up with a positive vlog next week, talking about the over 150 positive 5-star reviews that we've had on Google from patients who are the norm, not the exception with all of this. So if you are questioning whether or not you want to come back and watch next week, whether it's going to be a little bit on the negative side or positive side, it is going to be totally on the positive side. I hope to see you there because I want to see you next week.